What's going on, blueberries? It's your boy O here. As you can see, today we are not taking a look at gameplay footage. Instead, we are talking about the talk of the town, or rather the talk of the battlefield, Hell Let Loose Vietnam. Unless you've been living in a foxhole over the last few days, you should know that Team 17 dropped Hell Let Loose Vietnam last Wednesday, and it is huge. Whether or not you've had a chance to see the trailer yet, we will be going through all the publicly available information, including the Q&A that dropped on Friday, so stay tuned and see what we're in for. Right out of the gate, the trailer shows us helicopters, PBR gunships, and something we've wanted for a long time, mortars. Also, these long panning shots in the beginning do a great job of communicating the level of detail in this jungle environment. The dev team actually confirmed in the Q&A that the jungle environment will be procedurally generated.
We're taking advantage of procedural generation for foliage. So compared to World War II, we've got an awful lot more foliage now. We're in a jungle now.
While not confirmed, procedural generation is typically associated with random level structure, meaning it's very possible that no two playthroughs will have the exact same tree and foliage placement. This would be a great feature as you won't be able to memorize exactly where each tree and bush is, just like how the troops on the ground were typically not familiar with the terrain that they were walking into. Another big change in this game is asymmetrical warfare. Here we can see a napalm strike, which will likely only be available to the Americans, same with the Hueys and PBRs that we see. Meanwhile, the NVA will have tunnel networks that will act as effective fast travel points for quick redeployment and getting the jump on unsuspecting scout parties. In terms of weapons, we pretty much see what we expect: M16s, M60s, AK-47s, RPGs, and other contemporary weapons. In the Q&A, the dev team specifically mentions that the NVA will have access to anti-aircraft weapons as a way to combat enemy helicopters.
So the NVA will have anti-aircraft weaponry, and we were playtesting them earlier today, and they certainly help control the skies from the Americans. The Americans flying into hot CPs, coming under AA fire is quite a daunting task for those pilots.
The dev team never actually clarifies what the AA weapons are, but based on how effective they make out the AA fire to be, the NVA will likely have access to guided munitions such as the Strela 2 shoulder-fired missile launcher, as it was used by the NVA during the Vietnam War. One thing I want to harp on is the apparent anachronism pointed out by others who have reviewed this trailer. It's been mentioned that since the trailer says it's 1965, that some of the weapons shouldn't exist, such as the PBR that entered service in 1966, or the M203 grenade launcher that first entered Vietnam in the early 70s. This makes the assumption that we will be operating exclusively in 1965, when realistically we are likely to see battles such as the Tet Offensive in 1968, the Easter Offensive in 1972, and even the Fall of Saigon in 1975. Even the official website states that the game takes place in Vietnam beginning in 1965, keeping the door open for all events in the years after that. Changing topics a bit, the dev team does go into some of the new features outside of the actual gameplay that we can expect. Probably my favorite news is that we will now be able to set up our parties outside of the game.
You will be able to make and create parties outside of games on PC platforms now.
And we will have global stat trackers, keeping track of a lot of data about what we have accomplished in our games.
There will be a stat tracker within the game. These are persistent stats, so you can look at how many people you've killed, how many headshots you've got, how many helicopters you've shot down, around about 100 stats.
These two bits cover just about my biggest pet peeves with the current game, as I hate needing to go through the process of joining a game, locking a squad, and then inviting a friend in order to play together. Letting me and a friend join a match simultaneously will make everything a million times easier. And as far as stats go, I'm a huge numbers nerd, so being able to see all the detailed statistics that they track will be amazing. Unfortunately for all of us, we will not, in fact, be able to blast Fortunate's Son while rolling up squad deep in our Huey.
Are we going to be able to put some music in the choppers? Particularly those songs, Fortunate Son, Ride the Valkyries.
We won't be doing it directly in the game, but I encourage you, if you want to, blast them. Open up proximity chat.
They also discuss a lot more, such as the switch to Unreal Engine 5, audio, UI, and endgame screens being rebuilt from the ground up, and a beefed up clan system. It's clear that the dev team has been listening to player feedback. I personally had every single one of my questions answered throughout this Q&A. If you haven't watched it, I would strongly suggest that you do, as there's a lot more information than what I can cover in this video. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Thank you all for watching. You can wishlist Hell Let Loose Vietnam on your favorite platform today. You know I already have. I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like and comment your predictions about Hell Let Loose Vietnam. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon. If you want to see more Hell Let Loose content, you can click one of the videos on the screen now. I hope you all enjoyed the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!